Cause like when you told me no, I was like, all right, she gonna say no a couple more times. It's cool. We'll keep trying though. Keep knocking on that door. Cause I knew you was feeling me.
I wasn't though.
Man, stop that. Stop that.
Josh,
She trying to front. She trying to front.
Josh.
She was feeling me. She just didn't know it yet. And I knew it. So I felt it. And then I was like, look, you're feeling me. Stop.
How you gonna tell me how I feel?
Cause look at where we're at. I see these things.
Head high, chest up, and catch that frame, cause beauty is my name.
What up, beauty gang? Long time no advice video. Probably not really. It's been about a month or so. I just wanted to say that. Today I will be answering you guys questions that you left me under my Instagram post about friendships, relationship, yada yada yada. If you don't follow me on Instagram, then you don't know about this. And you know, I don't even feel bad for you because you should have been followed me on there, sis. I mean, beauty gang on there is just as lit as beauty gang on here, so I don't know what you are doing. If you're new to beauty gang and you ain't never heard of us, sis, I don't know where you've been at, but I'm so glad you found us. Beauty gang is stupid lit over here, and we'd love to have you. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you're notified each time I post a new video. Without further ado, let's hop into these questions. If you got with a guy and after a couple of weeks, say 4, he says he wants to spend the rest of his life with you, what would go through your mind? 4 weeks. I don't know. I don't really feel like that's an advice question either, because that's on you, girl. You gotta figure that one out. I don't know. You like a guy, but he doesn't like you back, but when you find out you still have feelings for him, how do you stop? I mean, that comes with kind of time, to be honest, but after a while, like, you're not gonna like someone who doesn't like you, you know? Well, I guess it also depends if the person is treating you meanly. I think it might be a little hard to stop liking someone who's nice to you but just doesn't like you. Honestly, I'd probably distance myself personally away from that person. You don't need to see them every day. You don't need to have a conversation every day. Like, just create some distance between y'all. Someone said, where can I look for decent men because dating in college isn't the move? That is so unfortunate because I feel like that's a lot of girls' point of views. And I won't lie, I kind of felt that way for a little bit too before I got with Josh, but I met my soulmate in college. And you know, I'll never knock all college boys due to that. Like, I really got a great guy and it was through college. So I mean, I think there's good guys on every campus. You just gotta really look and do your research on them and stuff. But there are some good guys out there. I can't bring myself to say like, yeah, all niggas ain't shit on college campuses, because I have my boo butt. If he tells you that he loves you, but you're not sure that you love him back, because love is a big thing / step, very true, but like, what do you do? If the person really loves you like he claims he does, young boys don't know what the hell love is, but if he really does love you the way he claims he does, then you not saying it back won't upset him, or he won't, you know what I mean? Like, I always kind of stand by not telling someone you love them unless you really do, because I also think that that is a big thing / step, like you said, and that's not something to play with. So it's no point of telling somebody that you love them just to kind of coddle their ego, because at the end of the day, if they end up finding out that it's not true, that's gonna hurt worse. So just kind of be honest. Or someone could say it to you and they're not really looking for you to say it back, but if they do end up kind of bringing it up in discussion, it should be okay for you to tell them the truth, that like, I don't want to tell you something that's not fully true for me yet. That's how much I care about you. What 3 things do you think make a friendship strong? Oh, that's the one I commented on that I was like, that's a super dope question. What 3 things? 3 things that make a friendship strong. I'm obviously thinking of my best girlfriends. I've been in like 2 situations where I had to do like a code red with them. And a code red is basically like some shit just hit the fan. Not like physical or nothing like that, but just like something, I found out something bad or whatever. My best friend, she lives literally like in the city of Chicago, like 30 minutes away from me. She came to come pick me up from my house, and then we went to my best friend's house in Bolingbrook, which is like 40 minutes from my place. So like, friends like that are riders, I don't know what that is, that loyalty or is that like riders? I don't know what that specific category would be called, but like, I think that makes a friendship strong, because it didn't matter if it was me, even if it was the best friend from Chicago or the best friend from Bolingbrook, we're there for each other like that. So I guess being there for each other. That's something that makes a friendship very strong. Another thing is genuinity in a friendship. I think that's very, very, very freaking important. So like having friends that are genuinely happy for you, happy for your relationship, happy for your career elevation, just happy for you overall as a person growing and glowing up. So yeah, genuinity, being there. And the last one that makes a friendship strong, being able to have a line of communication that's not all fluff. I don't know how many of you saw a recent girl talk about all girls do it, no one admits it. I kind of hinted in there like, do y'all want a fluff video? Because there's a lot of things in life that's kind of fluff. So a quick example of what I mean by that is you run into like an old classmate that you were never that cool with or whatever. You say, hey, how are you? They say good. They say, how are you? You say good, and y'all go your separate ways. One of you guys could have had a shitty day, but it was a fluff conversation. You know what I mean? Like the other person genuinely did not want to know if you were doing good or not, and you did not want to tell them if you were doing good or not. It's a fluff type of thing. It's like a air filler. So not having that in a friendship, I think, is very important. Me and my friends don't always have like happy, upbeat conversations and stuff like that. Not that we be mad at each other, but literally a true friendship is about going through the thick, the thin, the ups, the downs, laughs, the cries of life together. And that's what I have with my friends. And I think that's a really important aspect of having a friendship, to not just be all about the fluff, like be there for each other and be able to have conversations that just aren't always fluffy, that are just real hardcore conversations. I think that's the 3 things. How do you build up the courage to talk to someone you really like? I've liked this boy for 5 months, but I'm way too shy, so I barely talk to him, but I got his number, so we kind of text. Interesting. I mean, you made it past the point of getting his number, so that's good. I think it's just kind of talk to him as a friend. I feel like you have on, I like him, he's my crush type goggles on right now, and you gotta kind of take those off for a second and talk to him more as a friend so you can get to know him more. And through doing that, it's not gonna be as much pressure on you to be like, I hope he likes me back, or how to make him like you back. It's more so you getting to know him will make you end up finding out if you actually really like him versus just his appearance that you like, and then vice versa. Like he gets to know you better and stuff too. Y'all develop a friendship. I'm a really, 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 really big advocate of friendships before relationships. So yeah, if you're shy, I mean, talk to him like you would any girlfriend. Like, what grade are you in? What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite TV show? Like stuff like that. Don't put so much pressure on it, you know? How do you determine when you're at the talking stage with someone before you move on to the dating phase? I think that's always a very tough question for a lot of people to ask, but I think that that question varies between so many different relationships and stuff. That's something that only you and the person you're talking about can figure out. Like, you guys have to communicate. There's people that kiss, there's people that have sex, there's people that do a lot of different stuff, and they're still just considered in the talking phase. And actually, it's funny story. I think that me and Josh had in a video a while ago on our channel, our love story, but I'll mention it on here too. I found out that I was a girlfriend by asking. I was like, one night, what are we? He never asked me, but I knew he was like loyal to me. I knew we were definitely like a thing, but I didn't know we were a thing. So one night I was like, what are we to you? And he said, boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, oh, you didn't ask me. I didn't know how common or normal that is. I personally like it old school. You need to verbally and vocally let me know that, because boys play too many games. Because ain't shit nigga could have had the same thing going on with me and would have been like, we just chilling, we just kicking it. So yeah, as I was saying, I think that that type of situation is something that you gotta ask, like vocalize, so y'all are on the same page, because people are different out here, y'all. People move different. My man and I have been together for a very long time. He cheated a few months into our relationship and didn't tell me, but I ended up finding out from the girl herself a week later from when he did it. I forgive him and took him back, yet a few weeks later I find out he linked with another girl around the same time he cheated on me. I also found out he was texting and DMing other girls, but this was all around the time he cheated. Should I let it go or bring it up? You bring that shit up, girl. Honestly, I'm not gonna tell you how to handle your relationship, but I personally would just, to be honest, leave him. Like, the fact that he was eating that greedy, that he already had you, then he had another girl. Yeah, let me just read this. He He had another girl he cheated on you with. Then you find out there were more girls on top of that. So you weren't enough, she wasn't enough, he needed more. That's a savage ass nigga. You don't need to deal with somebody like that. I just said I wasn't gonna tell you what to do. I would not deal with somebody like that. I don't think it's a matter of let it go or bring it up. I think it's a matter of leave because you deserve better. But that's just my opinion. But you gave me two options. Should I let it go or bring it up? I'm gonna say bring it up. But just be prepared for the lies and the bullshit that comes with that, because that's what dudes do when they get caught up. Do you think that 18-year-olds in relationship is just puppy love? That's an interesting question. Yes and no. I think that I'm putting myself in my 18-year-old mindset of where I was in life. 18 years old, I think I was a freshman in college. Either a senior or a freshman in college. But I was with my ex before Josh. And I think it was puppy love in the sense that, like, I don't know how to explain it. I just know that me and Josh's love is on a different level. And it took a lot to get here. So in that sense, I don't think that at 18 you fully are aware of what love really means. Like, and I personally at 24 feel like I just like really am understanding what it means to love someone, and put someone before you even if it hurts you, like stuff like that. That's a whole nother story. But so yes, in a sense I think it's kind of puppy love, but I don't think it's just puppy love, because to be honest and being 100 with y'all, I know I'm always transparent with y'all, if my ex wouldn't have like did me bogus the way he did, I truly felt in my heart I was gonna marry him. Like, even after he kind of did me bogus a couple of times, it's crazy how us girls loyalty just runs. Like, I was still gonna marry him, and I kind of forgot what the last straw was, but that's why I'm saying 18 is kind of puppy love, but at the same time it's love. At the end of the day, you know when you love someone. I genuinely loved him and wanted to do life with him and stuff, but things didn't map out that way. But at the same time, you know, our relationship haymakers were more so like kind of typical stuff like other girls, not necessarily financial issues, are we still gonna stay together, or really big immaturity issues, are we still gonna stay together. Like, me and Josh's relationship has been through so much shit. I know I love that nigga, and I know he loves me, and that our love will last beyond the time. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. I know it was like a yes or no type of answer. My bad, y'all, camera ran out of space. Alright, how do you feel about long distance relationships? The small aspect of my life where I did have to go through long distance relationships, as in like I went to separate colleges than my ex, I didn't love it, but I would have suffered through it if he did me right, you know? Like, as long as the end goal is that eventually we'll be together, then I think it kind of just ties down to like how bad you want the relationship and the person and stuff like that. If you think they're worth it and you think your relationship is worth it, then I guess, but I don't know. I don't love long distance relationships. How to ask to move in? I don't know, girl. I'm not asking no man to move into his place personally. I cannot answer that. I definitely think that's one of those things where the person should ask you. Like, if they wanted you to be there, they'd ask you. No shade. I'm not trying to be shady at all. I'm just serious. Like, you don't want to intrude on a person or like invite yourself into a space they weren't ready to let you into. So I think that should happen more naturally. Y'all, this camera just is not on my side tonight. Doggone it. Too much film in it, cuts off. Battery dies, cuts off. It doesn't want me to be great tonight. Okay. If you keep talking to your significant other about something that bothers you and nothing changes, what do? You take that as a sign that they do not care and do so. Do you really think that ex-boyfriends can become good friends or friends at all? I mean, I've heard of some success stories, if that's what you want to call it. For me personally though, when it came to both my exes and kind of how we ended and stuff, for me, we could not be friends afterwards because of kind of how they did me and stuff. But also the other side of it is like the aspect of me really loving it and caring about them in that romantic sense. Like, I wouldn't have known how to cut that off, which is why, especially with my last ex, I literally had to like block him out my life to get over him, in a sense, just because there was a friendship there, and then there was a relationship, and there was true love there and stuff like that. And there was just no way that, although we started as best friends, that when we entered that relationship, there was no way that we could go back to just friends. There was just too many feelings involved and stuff, you know. So for me personally, I just kind of leave my exes as just that, like, yeah, just leave it there, because I don't think it's possible, because I know I've tried it before. I've tried to be friends with my ex before, and there's always this kind of like flirtatious energy that comes back. Mind y'all, this is years ago, okay? But there was always this flirtatious energy and intensity that would come back without like flat out saying you still like each other, and I don't have time for the games, okay? I did not have time for the games. Is that my boo butt?
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Wait. Ugh. So I got a question. How do you shoot your shot with your best male friend, but just best friend? How do you shoot your shot with your best friend?
With the best damn angle ever, you know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Which way?
Bae, how do you shoot
That
your
way.
shot with your best friend?
That way.
Huh?
Huh?
How do you shoot your shot with your
Oh, you mean like shoot.
Pull
Oh.
up a chair, because you're heavy.
Okay.
No, I can't.
No,
I
let's
can't.
just chill right here. You know what I'm saying? Ow. Why you got a pin?
Pull up the chair.
Man, I ain't got time for this.
Yeah, you do. You ain't got nothing to do. Come on.
I just got out of work, bro. I ain't trying to do this.
Why are you moaning? You got time to do this.
Damn. Chill.
Oh yeah? It's a damn? It's a damn?
You look good.
Thank you.
See how I got out of that? Woo!
Alright.
So,
How do you shoot your shot with your best friend?
here's what you do, right? It starts with conversation, right? Long conversation, right? Work your way into it.
I said you start hinting with flirtation.
Yeah, you feel it out. You know, every once in a while you throw in there like, hey, you look really good today.
You were You're right, you did do
I
that.
start throwing it in there and be like, oh yeah, cool. You know? And then
You know?
Then after that, then you start sneaking in like some stupid jokes. Like then you play it off, right? So
Like you didn't mean it.
you be like, shut up before I kiss you on your lips. Wait, what? No. You laugh it off. You're like, huh?
You didn't say something like, you didn't say that though. That's intense, man.
No, that's
And if
intense.
what can she do? It's her to her guy friend.
Her to her guy friend?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Alright, so start hinting at it like, man, I need a guy like you. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Like, damn, I need a guy like you, man. Huh.
That sounds hella thirsty, man.
Or like, if you would play like, it's so weird being on the other side of this, because like I would be like, how could I feel comfortable if a girl came and hollered at me?
Well, something I did, I started kind of touching on you a little bit.
I was just about to say excessive
When I finally started actually feeling him, I was touching him a little bit.
excessive
At
touching.
the CEO party, you remember? You remember?
You're getting
He had on a tie at this party we went
too
to.
hyped.
And I like kind of fixed his tie up and gave him that sexy eye. And then walked away, didn't say a word.
I don't know about the sexy eye.
I gave a sexy eye.
You still struggle with your eye. You got the sexy, but your eye. Are you trying to do it now?
Shut up, John. So it's touchy. It's being touchy.
Yeah, it's a little excessive touch here and there. You know, feeling the muscles. Guys like
Ooh,
when
you
you feeling
cold.
their muscles. You know what I'm saying? I just came from outside. Hey, we feeling you. Feeling you. Hey, this is going on your channel?
Oh, so you gonna leave? Wow!
I'm
Wow!
It's 2019. We can't be doing no more free promo.
Woo!
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 feeling me. Even now, she's feeling me.
Bye. Bye.
I want a kiss.
No.
I won't leave.
Well, then you're gonna give me more free promo.
Nope.
How do you know if it's more than that? Josh.
I want a kiss. Nope. I won't accept some BS like that.
You're gonna mess up my lip gloss.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Alright, well, give me a kiss. Don't look so unhappy. I'm about to grace you.
You really lost your mind tonight. You
Come here.
lost it.
Come here. Playing. Lord knows you turn this camera on, you're gonna give me a big old kiss.
Okay.
So give me one now.
No.
Show me that's real.
No.
Show me it's real.
I've proven to you.
No, prove it to me in front of them.
I don't have time for you, Josh.
Yeah, you do.
Ooh, I look real cute.
I know, so give me some love.
Don't I though, babe, for real? Don't
I said you look good. You are popping right now. You are fine as hell. Give me a kiss.
Josh!
Alright, babe. Dang.
You took off my lip
It's
gloss.
still popping. Calm down.
It's not. Ugh. What do you do when someone's maturity isn't on the same level as yours, but you like each other? Oh, you gotta whip him into shape, sis. That happened with us. You gotta just tell him about it. And basically say, like, you don't get it together, I'm out. What's your opinion on/off relationships? Do you think they're meant to be because you keep going back to each other, or should you let it go since it keeps breaking off? That is an excellent question. And you know what? I think that it's definitely something that you should let go. Because, okay, so let me not completely be pessimist. I think if you're gonna keep it, you should fix whatever the previous problem was that separated you guys in the first place. From my previous track record and what I've noticed with different friends, when they break up and then get back with the person, it's more so because I've missed you or we have so much history and I love you. It's not let's come together, fix what the previous problem was, and start on a new slate. So that's why it keeps falling off, because if it was one problem before and it's never been solved and you guys just get back together because it's the I miss you type of thing, the problem's gonna resurface in a different form. So I don't know, from my past experiences, on and off again relationships, I think it's pretty dead. How did you know it was you who had to change and not him, and how did you come to terms with that? Well, both of us had to change in the relationship.
Me more.
But I had some changing too.
Yes, you did.
How did I come to terms with that? It was hard, wasn't it, for me to accept that I wasn't perfect.
Because the problem was her pride, and her pride wasn't budging. So it was like trying to tell a prideful person about their pride. It was so bad.
I came to terms with it though because I feel like you're really not in it there.
I don't blame you though.
What?
I blame the fact that you had two boyfriends that you were better than, so then you just thought coming into this third one, your shit didn't stink. And it didn't help that I was never in a relationship, so then you really thought that you were the expert and I was the rookie. When really, I still know people. I just didn't know relationships. And I could tell you about yourself, which I did.
Yeah.
Because you ain't know how to say sorry.
Whew.
You ain't know how to take L's.
Wow. I've come so far, haven't I?
Yeah. Because you used to be a handful. I don't know how we made it.
I think because I did end up accepting, okay, like, your shit kind of stinks, Issy. And I came to terms with it. More so, like, it wasn't like I wanted to. It was more so like I had to if I wanted this to work. And I felt like he was worth it and our relationship was worth it enough for me to take a good look in the mirror and be like, sis, you got some shit to work on. I know it's a weird question, but like, your advice videos are really dope and I need help bad. Thank you. When I'm around guys, I can never say full coherent sentences. Why you Josh, get out of here. We don't judge over here at Beauty Gang. So
Well,
you need to hold that stuff in.
I'm not figuring out what that means though.
Listen to her. I hate you. I can never say full coherent sentences and it just looks so shambles. So like, how do I not act weird and nervous around cute guys? Please help me. Much love, girl. You're bomb.
You gotta breathe. I used to get nervous around girls. Now, it wasn't to the point where I couldn't say coherent sentences. but you gotta like, you know the expression picture everybody in their underwear? Picture that they're your brothers. So that way, like, I mean, you'd be way more confident talking to your brother than you would.
I see where you're going with it, but it's absolutely not the same. Talking to your crush is way harder.
Yeah, you just gotta practice some deep breathing techniques.
I would say
Diaphragmatic breathing and
try not talking as much. Try just smiling.
That's
or
weird.
like, no, listen.
That's weird.
Listen. Will you freaking listen? I mean, like, kind of let him and his friends, you can be around him and his friends, and if they're having a conversation, like, kind of chime in. But don't try to start the conversation with the cute boys, because clearly that's not really your strong suit right now. So more so be a bystander in conversations.
Yeah, this isn't time for you to ask about the weather mid-conversation.
Yeah. And then maybe somebody will say something really interesting that you know information about, and then you'll feel like a topic you'll be confident to talk about.
But don't jump the gun. Don't look too eager to contribute. That's a telltale sign that you're lame. I'm sorry.
You can't be in my video.
No, I'm serious.
You gotta be sensitive. This is beauty game, not Josh and
I
Issy.
love you, but this is real. You're hearing it from a guy. If I say something and then a girl just jumps at it. Oh yeah, you know about the plans?
Thirsty.
Oh shoot, I know plenty thing about it. And then you just flood me with information. I'm gonna be like, okay.
And looks thirsty. Ooh, your highlight popping. When did you touch my nose?
When I was trying to get that good stuff.
Okay. I see what you mean. You just needed to say it more like gentle,
Yeah.
babe. I've taught you about being gentle with your words.
With you?
With women. With our future daughter. You gotta learn how to do that.
Oh man, I'm gonna know.
If you have been seeing a gentleman for 3 years, but not necessarily dating or friends, but just started off as friends and expresses to each other how much they care deeply for one another, but decides he wants to move to a different state to become a come to Jesus experience, finding himself, he is 25. Should I wait for him? He is a wonderful man and one of a kind, or should I continue to wait for whoever God brings into my life? I think you should wait for God to bring someone into your life. It might be him coming back into your life, but like, I really don't believe in that waiting for a person type of thing, because life is just so short and not guaranteed to any of us, and you could waste your time waiting on a guy who unfortunately maybe during this coming to God experience, how did you say
He might find another design.
Right, he might find somebody else, and then you're left with nothing. You left looking stupid because you waited for someone who wasn't on the same page as you. So I mean, honestly, if it's, think about this too, at the end of the day, if something is meant to be, it will always come back together. You don't have to do extra like restrictions or limit yourself to living your life. If it's meant to be, somehow God will make y'all relationship come back together. But yeah, I wouldn't, we're all young, like we don't have no time to wait for somebody, and these are the years, these are the prime years of our lives, y'all. Prime. Can a relationship last past high school even if you go to separate colleges? By the way, love you so much. Can't wait for you to visit Atlanta.
No.
Love you too.
No. No.
What do you know?
No.
What do you know? I was gonna say no too though, but what do you know?
It cannot work. You have a young man. No.
I want more.
No.
One more.
No.
I want. Give me this.
I'm hungry. Shit. No, it will not work. You have a young man that's exploring his sexuality and conquest. There's a whole bunch of temptation that's going on.
And it's unfortunate because even if he's a good guy, his peers ain't gonna be shit.
His peers gonna be like literally everybody around, especially freshman boys. Like everything around him. Everything around him will be saying, "You're single. You're single, bro. She's not here. She's 1,000 miles
I'll get away with that."
She will never know.
Terrible.
And you will never know. Like, he will lie to your face if you let him.
Man, you just giving away all the boy tea.
That's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. If you think that's gonna work, you go ahead and go to your college and you do your thing too, and you lie to his face because he's lying to your face. I guarantee that.
Yet again, we don't do this negative advice, okay?
It's not negative. That's real. If you can't handle it, break up with him.
How do you know when to keep fighting for a relationship versus letting it go? I think when the good outweighs the, when the bad outweighs the good.
When he call you out your name.
Okay, I don't need your help anymore. You're not taking this seriously. These are serious talks, okay? These are people that no, you're smiling. These are people that genuinely want my help, and you're just joking about it.
There's a little bit of seriousness in every joke.
Bae.
All right, I got you. Reread the question.
How do you know when to keep fighting for a relationship versus letting it go? In parentheses, friendships and relationships.
Yeah, you were pretty spot on. Make a list of all the goods, all the bads. Honestly, if your bads go past like 4 or 5.
I was gonna say, you might still probably have more goods than bads, but I think it depends on the magnitude
of the bads.
Yeah. Are you happy?
Are you happy?
Genuinely. Majority of the time though too, because it's unrealistic to say we're always happy in this relationship or we're always happy with our friendships.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be downsides every once in a while, but for the most part you should be happy. This may be super long story in advance. In parentheses, all details weren't shared in the story, but there is so much more that could sway the advice you share. I should low-key go to therapy. Oh gosh. I've been knowing this guy since middle school. We've been on and off since our sophomore year in high school. We dated for a small amount of time my sophomore year, and I broke up with him because I felt like he was too clingy. Senior year, I dated someone else, and that relationship ended because I was accused of cheating with the first guy. Then we just ended up dating for a small amount of time, which ended because he got back with his most recent ex, in parentheses, fresh relationship. My freshman year in college, we dated again, but it was also short-lived. I broke up with him because I had to constantly tell him his communication skills aren't where I'd like them to be, and he said he wasn't ready to change. All I asked was 4 small things: let me know when you make it home, etc. He was also the type to not text back for days on end or leave town and not tell me. In parentheses, not obsessed, but I was just taking safety precautions. You could have died on the road and I didn't know because you didn't tell me you were even leaving. I am now a sophomore and we don't talk much, but we're still around for each other. He wants me and I want to be with him, but his communication skills isn't at all where it should be. He keeps saying it's because he has a job that requires him to be focused on the road all day, and after that he's tired, so he goes home to sleep. I just feel like if you want to be with someone, no amount of anything should stop you. I don't want to wait for him, but I don't even know what to do. Please help me, Easy, please.
If it's important, you'll make time.
That's true.
That's kind of just like a thing.
A simple answer, yeah.
That's a very simple. If it's truly important,
he'll make time.
He'll make time.
Regardless of how tired he is. Because Josh be working long hours, y'all. He be going from like 3 to like midnight or 1 a.m. sometimes, and you always come back and spend time with me.
You make time.
Yeah.
Really make time.
They've already been on and off a lot.
Yeah, they're already
on
and
your
off.
sign.
That might be kind of a sign that he's just not ready for the whole relationship.
And her too, because she keep breaking up with him.
Yeah, and it sounds like you don't want to be in the relationship more than...
No, I think she wants to be in it. She just wants changes to happen in it that he's not really willing to make. And right now,
at that point, you're at a crossroads.
But I will say also, kind of, I guess in his defense, I'm probably confusing her, but like at the same time I said like, yeah, you come home and you're tired, but like some people genuinely
be out of it.
Yeah. And I think as a girlfriend you have to be understanding of those type of moments, you know what I mean? Like,
even when I'm tired, I'll still get like a call off. It's not like we have to sit up on the phone and talk forever. I could be like, yo,
yeah, that's true.
Just got in the crib.
Yeah.
I'm tired as hell, but I wanted to let you know I'm good. Love you. Good night.
Yeah, I think that's what she's asking. That concludes today's video. Thank you to our special unwanted guests. They popped in.
Special unwanted.
You're not gonna say bye to me again?
Bye.
Wow.
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 Double wow. Double wow.
Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to keep doing advice video, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all would like more advice videos, definitely be sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment that below. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for joining, babe.
Yeah.
Until next time, guys. Bye.
Move your body cause you're loving the way that you walk. Move your body if you're loving the way that you talk. One time if you're confident. Clap 2 times cause you're on me. Never gave a damn about what they say, cause you handle all your business on a day by day. Head high, chest up, and catch that frame, cause you